Ethan. Oh, Mr. Wick. I, had a feeling you were gonna be here today. Look, the room is a little booked up for a retro review, so I'm told. Winston, told me to give Retro a message about Sharon. Oh, right, Reddick. My apologies and my sympathies for your loss. Thank you. Just let him know that I'll be seeing him soon, in a couple of weeks, with Chapter 4. Yes, we'll get to that anyway. Retro, you're good for that review? No, he's not. What do you mean he's not? Mainly because I have to explain now, I guess, real me? What isn't a real us in this scenario? Yeah, true. We're the Laura's, I guess? Yeah, I'll be the older one that'll stay for the rest of the review series, much like how I'm just took over your job in, being in the main team, X-Men wise. Yeah, and I got a weird suspicion Logan might need me for X-Force pretty soon, going that, Beast was running a little wild with his clones more than I thought Krakoa Resurrection protocols will allow him to. Okay, so you're telling me you're basically not evil Beast. Now, for the 100th time, I'm a real Nerf Beast now. Also, I like the hoodie, so screw it. Okay, Force, are we really cool with this? Yeah, just as cool as you ducking on my review as far as my Marvel Legends go. Oh, dude, come on, you're just basically a Bucky Cat mold. Says the guy who's in a time-displaced version of himself, with Beast Hero of all people. Hey! Yeah, so this is gonna be pretty interesting going forward. Yeah, so you gonna handle him or not? Oh, I'll handle him. It's a retro review, it's not that hard, right? You know it's Dungeons & Dragons, the 2000 movie with Jeremy Irons, right? Yeah, great. Oh, yeah, thanks. We'll totally talk about it. Yeah. Okay, look, oh. Hey, Talon. Hey, Ryder. Oh, you got used to your codenames already. It's complicated. Wait, were you in the vault? Were you in the vault? I don't know. I don't know either. Look, just figure out your character arcs before the end of the year, please. Anyway, I got a meeting to go to probably take down Real Beast over here. I'm one of the clones, and I'm going to stop him from the inside. Yeah, like hell you are. Just good luck on the review, guys. So, what exactly is this movie? Well, I guess Foresight now having future nostalgia, weird as it sounds in my character's case. Let's just get this out of the way. I guess if Retro had time. Yeah, you could do the thing. I got the dice out. Yeah, long story short, this is his Dungeons and Dice Dungeons he got from Comic-Con so many years back. Only last year in this timeline. Yeah, the fact he's embracing this as a future me is weird. Yeah, I know. Also, is that a younger Outback? Yeah, he doesn't want to get it for references or something. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, like they've all said, this is a retro review for... Oh, wow, this is taking forever than we thought. Hang on. Wow, this thing is really booting up. Okay, here we go. Dungeons & Dragons, the 2000s movie, mainly because, like Retro probably alluded to in the community tab in this timeline, you could just say yesterday, seriously. Anyway, yeah, he's basically going to do a normal review for Honor Among Thieves. It'll be out next week. Or probably by the end of the month. Either way, that being said, like he said in the community tab, delays for that, Shazam and Scream 6 have been slightly delayed, except for John, for some reason. Yes, we're very much aware of the passing of Lance Reddick. We'll get more into it when Chapter 4 review is out next week, so we'll be more on the lookout for that, if anything else. Great, so what the hell is even a Justin Whalen? Oh, well, since I got some of his nostalgia, yeah, he was basically in Child's Play 3 and I think was Jimmy in Superman and Lois, the 90s version of, Lois and Clark, essentially, and, yeah, to put it nicely, he chose to leave the career, and a lot of former Lois and Clark, character actors that shows Superman, how the hell are you? Turned into a pretty right-wing piece of shit. So, politics aside, if that's even a thing anymore in this timeline, let's get to the dice gimmick I guess he was going to do for both of these reviews. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so hopefully this is my actual D20. I'm not going to roll for Sandwich It. Go to that channel. It's actually a really cool dude, and not bad TikTok, if anything. So, this is the, I guess, improvised dice tray I got until I probably get a critical roll one. So yeah, rolling a d20 and a perception check to see if this was or is going to be a good review going forward. Wow, 18. I did a little bit of playtesting and got 12 and not in that 20. So yeah, starting off at the top of this movie. Hang on. Yeah, thanks. All right, so starting off at the top of this movie, you get the title dragons for like a good 5 minutes, and Jeremy Irons chewing the absolute ever loving hell out of the scenery, and this blue guy. Long story short, he's gonna come back in only to directed DVD movies, which sadly we don't have time to talk about. The story and everything revolving around this movie basically screams dry run before Lord of the Rings, and given that there's a Amazon adaptation of The Silmarillion, yet not really, and another HBO show that may or may not be happening, or movies that may not be happening, and since we're also talking Critical Role here, yeah, they're way better than this movie. Like, yeah, say what you will about Rings of Power, and definitely say what you will if you're not a critter throughout Vox Machina and the upcoming Mighty Nein adaptation. I'm just saying, that Beauregard is doing some dope shit. Dope monk shit? Fuck if I know. They met at a circus, right? Yeah, and somehow there's like, they're called 9, but there's 7 of them. They lost 2 along the way in the sewers. Is that an in-joke or spoiler? I don't know. Yeah, and yeah, since there is multiversal differences, yes, I wasn't the guy that didn't grow up, or in this case, go through his 30s, sitting through Critical Role, yada yada yada. Anyway, the story itself is pretty bland, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Red Alert Media did a better commentary on it. There was a highlight on the cards. And apparently they had some stories of their own first campaigns playing the actual, I guess, original edition, because by the time this movie came out in 2000, I think 3rd edition was a thing. So for those who are well versed in D&D, I guess, game edition lore, please let me know in the comments down below, and more likely to help present me or past me, whatever is this timeline. Again, just disassociating, thinking you're from the multiverse. Totally don't need to binge all of Ted Lasso. You're not just gonna sit to the final. So Jason Sudeikis did a really good job as that character. Yeah, but like, he can't be that wholesome forever. You don't know. Alright, so since we're all here, most of the characters are pretty forgettable. Like, Marlon Wayans is, I guess, comedy relief. Got pretty much the most mixed reception probably while they were filming, and more importantly, they all pretty much realized they're making a Jar Jar halfway through this movie. So they killed him off pretty spectacularly. Which, ironically, in the D&D context, as far as even this edition or any edition the director was doing, is in line, but much like how everyone saw with most of later like stories or homebrew games, like in Critical Role's case, there is a chance that you can bring characters back from the dead, resurrections and stuff like that. That is a storyline for later editions. Don't know on 3rd edition when this when this movie came out. However, the weird thing is with Snails, yeah, that was really Marlon Wayans' character's name. They kind of did a search for Spock teaser ending for a sequel that they know they were never going to do. Also, despite how all of Justin Whalen's performance as Ridley, long story short, if you said he's basically like Han Solo, he was a rogue homebrew character, basically, more or less. Everything else is basically standard NPC characters that sort of have to show up as party members. The gnome there didn't really do much. Elf Lady didn't do much. Who ended up being in Walking Tall later with the Rock remake, obviously. So I don't know, take that as you will. Yeah, and her armor was pretty mixed, and this is me with midriff here, so take that as well. Yeah, that's weird, isn't that right, Talon? Yeah, writer. Okay, so we're cool with the code names. We're gonna make it your real names, so we're not gonna be confused with everybody. Yeah, Retro, are you good with that? Or do I have to tell your dog's or your whole name again? No, it's okay, Lore. I mean, Talon, we're going with Talon, right? Also, why was John here? We'll tell you later next week. Sure. RIP to Lance in case, is that true? Yes, it's true. We'll get to it in a minute. Leaving him in a loop is so dumb. Yeah, and very old-fashioned for us. Anyway, so, ultimately, do you want to sit through this movie? I'm gonna be honest. Also for, what's her name from... Hang on, let me get the... Oh, wait, we can't. Sorry, we're doing cast listings last minute. Can you tell them that, Richo? Seriously, there's a lot of difference. Thora Birch. For Thora Birch, she's basically doing the Queen Amidala role from Phantom Menace. You could definitely tell, like, that. And whatever country they were actually using their parliament for all of their government scenes, which is actually pretty unique for the locations and stuff like that. So, where are we with, like, the effects, the special effects, and most of the practical stuff, which were actually credited here? But the dragon itself, or the army of dragons that I guess Irons' character was trying to control throughout his Seas of Power, basically was trying to Palpatine, since we're talking Star Wars lore here. You can tell they were ripping a lot from, like, early prequels Star Wars and post, like, original trilogy Star Wars. Yeah, the dragons are crap. Like, I'm not kidding. I don't know if Retro will ever get around to do a Toku Retro review of this, but they remind me, and I'm not even kidding, this is probably my multiversal old brain here, they look like the dragons or special effects from Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. I'm not even kidding. Go to that, I forgot the guy's name, but he did a retro review of, or I guess retrospective of that show. Wait, seriously? Alsace? You literally forgot Alsace in your timeline? Yeah, because I had to fight Sentinels and robots and other dystopian turned into apocalyptic crap. You should have put me in the freaking Last of Us review. Well, with season 2 drop, oh, we're gonna talk about season 2 with, okay, no spoilers for our audience, and even for people who have sit through the game, they don't want to rehash that trauma all over again. Okay, fair point. So if there was a rating, well, it's a retro review, so technically speaking, it's exempt from that rating. But since this is D&D, what do the Dice Gods have a review check for? And again, we're still going off of a D20. Can't believe I'm actually doing this on cam. A 10. So long story short, a 10 would normally be good for normal movies, but since this is a Dungeons and Dragons adaptation of a movie, yeah, you need a nat 20 to basically be a high regarded movie. So long story short, it probably would have been a nat 1 regardless. So that being said, what did you think of the review, and what did you think of our time displaced retro writer? Do you want to be a retro writer? No, writer, I am not becoming, I mean, maybe, I mean, if talent is a workout codename wise. Pen naming and workshopping our codenames aside, what do you think of this retro review? Have you seen the movie when it was new, or did you get the DVD later in life? Because, yeah, we couldn't get a physical copy for this, and long story short, we won't exactly say it's streamable, which it isn't, but if you got even the DVDs at the time, it looks like they ripped it straight out of the VHS. The audio quality was all over the freaking place, and I don't even think there's a Blu-ray for it. So, that all being said, and technicals aside, wait, you watched it illegally? Yeah, his stupid face over there reacting to the previous video, which was I think a retro review. I could be wrong. No, it was talking about The Last of Us Season 1 finale, which, by the way, I still should have been in that review. Yeah, and go to him. Totally not brain-melting me with more cosmic and time-traveling multiversal lore, to my shorts playlist, which was mainly another Critical Role spoiler, but more importantly speaking, we did film episode 2s. We'll show that off this coming Tuesday, because you guys are so not ready for what's going to be happening there. It's just new people. Dude, spoilers. Look, we'll talk more about that in the short, so with that all being said, take care, subscribe, and you got a cool way to close out for this? I mean, it was Dungeons and Dragons. It's no Mazes and Monsters. Oh, we're really not doing that as a retro review. Oh my god, Mazes and Monsters is a far-out game! Also, check out Spoonie's review of it. No!